The first promo for Katie Thurstons' season of The Bachelorette has officially been released. Hey guys, and welcome back to another shared news from home. Finally, the first promo for The Bachelorette has come out and we have to talk about it. But before we get into it, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any Bachelorette news. As always, I'm your host, Mariah Davis, and today I am joined by the wonderful Zachary Reality. Okay, Zachary, so the first thing I gotta know, are you excited for Katie's Bachelorette season?
I mean, of course I'm excited. I'm a huge Bachelor fan, so anytime we get a new season, I'm always pumped for it. I must be honest, Katie wasn't necessarily my favorite from last season, but I do think she is a very bold woman, and I think she knows what she wants, and I think she's going to go into the season really looking for love with, genuine optimism. So I'm excited to watch it.
Right, I agree. I think she wasn't everyone's cup of tea, but one thing we can all agree on is whether that's with Katie or just kind of the direction that the franchise is going right now, we can expect a very interesting season. At least we're hoping so. But I'm going to give y'all a little background. So Katie and her fellow contestant, Michelle Young, were both named the franchise's next Bachelorettes, which is a total first for them. During the After the Final Rose episode, Katie will be first up in the quest for love with Bachelor favorites Kaitlyn, Bristowe, and Tayshia Adams as co-hosts. Okay, so already there's a lot of change going on within the Bachelor franchise, which we all know was much needed. For the first time, we have two Bachelorettes, two new hosts. I mean, what else do you think we can expect to be different from Katie and Michelle's seasons?
I mean, I think Michelle and Katie are very different women, so we're definitely going to get very different seasons. Michelle definitely took more of a low-key approach on that season, and Katie put herself out there. She wasn't afraid to call people out. She wasn't afraid to own who she was and go after what she wants. So I think we're going to see a lot of that on her season, and I think it's going to be good for her as the Bachelorette because she does know what she wants. So she is going to be able to pick out the guys that she wants and eliminate people just like that.
Right. And for sure, the first thing we can infer about how Katie's season is going to be is that she is going to be 100% herself. And we obviously expect nothing less from her. I think we all fell in love with Katie on Matt James's season of The Bachelor because of her outspokenness. And to put it frankly, her zero tolerance for BS. I mean, that's my personal reason for falling in love with her. The first thing we hear from her promo are very powerful words. I don't regret being myself. I know what I deserve. I'm going to show you guys a clip of this promo. Let's take a look at it.
I don't regret being myself. I know what I deserve.
I'm one in a billion, baby. Don't you agree?
I'm not going to sit here and let mean girls be mean girls.
Okay,
Yes,
wow. So I
Katie.
think, yes, love it. I love the confidence. I think that's one of the things I really loved from Katie. She didn't play it safe. She was just like, this is me. This is what you get. And, you either love it or you hate it. But I am already loving this promo. But there are some things that I think you and I are going to agree that we dislike about this promo from what we've seen so far. What are your first initial reactions with this first clip?
Well, I think just like you said, confidence is key. As long as she is confident and owns who she is, we have to respect her. And we saw that on Matt James' season. She wasn't afraid to call people out. And I did respect that a lot about her. She did stay true to herself. And we see that in the promo. She is staying true to herself. She's kind of carrying along that storyline from Matt James' season. I mean, I'm here for Selena Gomez, the music, the background right away. I like it. She's coming in hot. She's coming in like a boss. So far, I am enjoying the promo. Katie is staying true to herself.
Right. Completely agree. This next clip, Katie sounds very, very hopeful in finding love. So let's take a look at that.
Wrap around my finger like a ring.
I never want to stop pursuing love.
Okay, so I love the chair and the white dress. I think that's more of a sexy, like Bachelorette promo that we love to see. It takes me to this like swing and the white backdrop and this lilac dress that I don't love. But I wish they would have stuck with like the theme of like in the chair and she's blowing the confetti. But yeah, I mean, I like the music. I think the music's a great choice. What do you think?
I like the swing. I think it's fun. I like that she said she is really looking for love. I think we see that a lot more on Bachelor Nation. That it's usually the Bachelorettes who are really looking for love, know what they want and more likely than not last with their winner pick. And then on The Bachelor, the last few years, we just really have not been getting that. A lot of failed engagements. So, I mean, so far the message coming across, she's definitely looking for love and she knows what she wants. As far as the quality, I mean, I need to see a little bit more of this so far, but I like the swing. I like her hair. She definitely I think she looks a little bit better than last season. She got a little bit of a glow up.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think we always see like more let's get down to business from the Bachelorette promos because we get to know like, okay, they're serious. We can hear that in the dialogue or like relating or going back to Claire's season. We saw little clips of her past with the Bachelor franchise. So obviously we knew she was down for business and she wasn't about playing these games. For the men's Bachelor promos, it's like they're always shirtless and it's all about how hot they are. And it's never really like telling me how serious they are. So completely agree with you. Let's take a look at this final clip real quick.
I am who I am, and I want to meet someone who knows who they are.
My person's still out there.
Okay, very confident. Love the dialogue. I think we've heard this dialogue in the past during Matt's season, but it really just highlights the reason we love her in the first place because regardless if she is your cup of tea or not, she's confident in who she is. She knows what she brings to a relationship. And she's going to be really shooting her shot this season. What do you think?
100%. The thing that is throwing me off right now is the whole "be a Katie," the t-shirt. Like, when was that ever a thing? Was that ever a phrase? Be a Katie? Like, I've never heard of that before. So are we just going to throw this on people? Like, be a Katie, be a Katie? I don't know how I feel about that. I also don't know how I feel about her sitting on the staircase. I don't know what that is correlation to. I will say that they're not releasing any footage yet of the season that was actually filmed. So they really only have so much to work with since they're working with clips and audio from Matt James's season. So I think we will get more of a trailer and more insight to her journey as the premiere gets closer. But as far as the overall trailer, I would give it about a 7 out of 10. That's where I'm at right now.
I agree. I don't think that it's the best that we've seen by far. I'm already kind of thinking you guys are cheating Katie right now. Now, I have heard the phrase like be a Katie. I think I've even seen it on a t-shirt just because of like how outspoken she is. She's like zero tolerance for BS and people love that. And I don't mind the t-shirt for the promo because it seems very Katie. What I mind is just the dress because I'm like, literally every Bachelorette promo, you have these women dressed to the nines, like they're ready for the red carpet, they're slaying like 100% of the way, and I just feel like we could have done better. Now, maybe Katie chose this dress, and she was like, this just represents me, and I love it, but like, I feel like if that's the case, then they should have had a stylist on set like, let's find something that is like really strong and sexy and confident. But as far as the t-shirt goes, I didn't hate it because like I have seen that be a Katie phrase kind of tossed around before. So she's just kind of running with it. But a lot of fans have also had some things to say about this promo as a whole. So we're going to take a look at some fan reactions and see what Bachelor Nation had to say on Twitter. Let's take a look at some of these tweets. Okay, so the promo was originally released through Twitter, through the Bachelorette ABC Twitter account. They tweeted, Katie is unapologetically herself and is ready to find the one. Yes, after watching the promo, she is definitely unapologetically herself. She was during Matt James's season. That's no surprise. And I think that's really how they're framing her and how the season is going to be, is she is very uniquely herself and she doesn't apologize for doing so. What do you think?
I think each season they have a Bachelorette come in with their own storyline with like Becca and Hannah, Rachel. They all kind of have their own groove. So I think that this is just Katie's message to be unapologetically yourself. And I think she's going to run with that.
Even if she's not everyone's favorite and not everyone is going to love how she represents herself, I think she sets a good example for women who have felt like maybe they're a little bit different or like people don't always love them. Like just continue to be you. Let that shine because it works for you.
Yeah, I mean, she came into night 1 on Matt James' season with a literal dildo. Like, I feel like she truly is coming in to her season being herself. And maybe that is why the Bachelor franchise even picked her, because she was so confident in who she was and she wasn't afraid to be different. She wasn't afraid to speak out against the mean girls or against the girls in the house that were spreading rumors. I mean, she does not tolerate any BS. So I think we're going to get a lot of that energy into this upcoming season. I can totally see her on night one just calling people out, not letting certain guys slide through the cracks. I'm really excited about it. So Grant Culp tweeted, looks like I know what I will be doing June 7th, watching The Bachelorette ABC. Just saw the commercial during the Oscars at Vent with Katie. I mean, so many celebrities love The Bachelorette. We see actors, actresses, plenty of other reality stars. I mean, The Bachelorette is honestly just one of the most popular shows right now, or has been for a while, but it's specifically The Bachelorette over The Bachelor, because I think that we're really about women empowerment right now, and women, standing up for what's right and just kind of being a boss and being praised for being a boss, not looked down upon. So I can totally understand why Hollywood is supporting Katie and supporting this upcoming season of The Bachelorette. What do you think about that?
I agree. And furthermore, I think people are just so interested to see what changes have been made within the franchise and how that kind of shows throughout Katie's season, Michelle's season, and moving forward. So everyone's trying to tune in to kind of see what's going to happen after all of the crazy controversy that took place this last season.
100%. I mean, there already has been a lot of changes with Chris Harrison leaving. We have 2 new hosts coming in. I'm not sure what the changes have been behind the scenes, but I'm definitely anticipating seeing a lot of changes, because what happened last season was not okay. The place that Bachelor Nation got to. There's no way that they can't change a lot of things this season behind the scenes and in front of the scenes too.
Terry Ann commented, sorry, but Katie dresses like a teenager trying to figure out her look. Hope they hire her a stylist that amps up her, I'm assuming the final word says wardrobe, it cuts off. But I am with you, Terry. I don't love this look. We kind of already talked about that, Zachary. Like, I'm okay with the t-shirt just because like the phrase has caught on and I've seen it. But it's not what we expect from this type of promo. I mean, we expect to see these women dressed to the nines, like really just like exuding confidence and sexiness. And like, we love to see it. Again, maybe Katie picked this dress and she was like, dress of my dreams. I don't see it. But if that's the case, I agree. I hope they hire her a stylist, because there's going to be many opportunities for her to wear gowns this season. And I want to see her show up and show out. What do you think?
Well, thank you for clarifying that the be a Katie was a phrase, because I just totally did not know that. I think she does have a stylist. I think they've been using the same stylist on The Bachelor for many, many years. So I definitely think the stylist had a role in picking out this dress. This dress is not my favorite. It is very youthful. I can definitely see why a lot of people thought this was more of a prom dress. The purple is just not, I don't know. It's just very young for her. I do want to say that she does look good with her hair and makeup. She definitely has a glow up from last season. But she's also coming into this season with big standards from Tayshia. I mean, Tayshia showed out last season, best Bachelorette wardrobe of all time, in my opinion. Every single look Tayshia pulled off last year was flawless, energetic, colorful. So Katie definitely has big shoes to fill in that department. So far, she might not be doing the best job, but we'll see. I mean, I'm sure she'll have great pieces throughout the season. Her night 1 look will be amazing. Her final rose look will be amazing. So I don't want to cancel her style too soon, but it's definitely not off to the best start. So Lainey says, now that it has been a minute, I'm ready to process the Bachelorette teaser and that dress. Hashtag the Bachelorette, hashtag the Oscars. The memes. I mean, Bachelor Nation is just going to meme everything in general. So I think people are going to give her a hard time regardless of what she wore. So I think that's just the internet being the internet. What do you think about that?
I couldn't agree more. Like, even if she was dressed in something that I personally loved, you'd have haters out there, people who are going to pick apart the promo. I mean, I'm going to go back to past promos that we've seen. I really liked Claire's. Wasn't a huge fan of her season, but I did really love her promo. I really loved Hannah Brown's promo. It was really extra, and I'm sure it got picked apart because it had a very corny, like, she started off as the beauty queen and then she strips off the crown and the sash and now she's her own person. And like, yeah, that's corny, but like, I loved it because it sent a message on who she was and they ran with that. But you're right. Like, people are going to pick apart a promo or literally anybody regardless of what it is. So, I mean, I agree with you, Lainey. I feel like 16-year-olds across the world are like, "Oh, I wonder if I can get that dress in time for prom." Like they're hoping that they can find it somewhere in a local store. Wasn't a huge fan, but again, like people are gonna hate.
Hannah Brown's promo was the best promo of all time that I can remember. Like, I totally loved it. She was running through the woods in slow motion. I don't know why they didn't give Katie a little bit more. I don't know if we really learned a lot about Katie on her season. She did get sent home like maybe 4 or 5 episodes in, so I don't know how much they had to work with, but I would have appreciated something more outside or just like a little bit more than just like the plain white background.
Snatched Batch commented, "The wardrobe department hates Katie for real, for real." Ouch, these people are really coming for Katie and the wardrobe department. Like we kind of already touched on, you're not going to appease everybody. Not everybody is going to love your choices. I'm sure there are people who loved the promo, loved Katie's wardrobing, just because they are huge Katie fans. But I mean, I agree so far. Like, I'm not in love with the choices by the wardrobe department, or if Katie picked it by Katie. But like you touched on, this is only the beginning. Okay, they still have time to really like amp it up.
Yeah, 100%. We can only go up from here. So maybe that's their strategy. Maybe they want to give her like the low budget dress in the teaser so that when we see her night one, we're just completely wowed. If we do go a few episodes and her wardrobe has not bounced up, because I will also say this dress is just not the best, then we can really just go in on her, and I'm totally down for that. But for now, let's just cut the girl a little bit of a break. So Sarah says, they used Selena Gomez's song for Katie's first trailer as hashtag The Bachelorette, and I'm more in love with both of them after that. I love Selena Gomez. I think she is a boss. So I don't see why not. What do you think?
I didn't realize that was Selena Gomez at the beginning. All I noticed was the very first lyric you hear is "I'm one in a billion, baby," or something like that. And I thought immediately, like, this matches Katie because she is very unique. And I'm going to use it again because we've said it 1,000 times already during this episode, unapologetically herself. And I think they're capitalizing on that. So they chose a really great song for Katie. I'm a big fan. Again, I didn't know it was Selena Gomez, but now I'm like loving that song because I've heard it paired up with Katie's promo.
Yeah, and how are you going to say it's a low budget teaser when they have Selena Gomez in the background? Okay, so I'll defend the Bachelor franchise for that one.
Oh, this one's passionate. Okay. Jordan commented, "Finally something to live for again." This is very passionate. I love that people are excited. See, I told y'all there were going to be people who hated, but there were also going to be people who were like, "Oh my God, I love this. I love Katie." We see here the hashtag be a Katie. So people have really ran with it. I swear I saw it on t-shirts, like people who were just big fans of her. So you're going to have people who like really relate to her personality and her actions. I feel like I really loved, like, I love that she wasn't afraid to be like, I don't like that. That's not right. Let's cut the BS. So maybe I'm even telling myself a little bit to be a Katie. I don't know.
I mean, after going through these tweets, we're discussing this. All of a sudden, I have become a Katie. Like, where is my t-shirt? Be a Katie. It's definitely sticking.
Okay, everyone, that's all the tweets we have for today. Zachary, I have to know, what are your final thoughts on the promo? I mean, how do you think it compares to past promos? I know you mentioned you were hopeful that we were going to see a little bit more before her season starts, but what is your final takeaway?
Yeah, my final takeaway is that it definitely looks a little cheap compared to past promos. I know a lot of us were thinking Claire's season and Hannah Brown's season. They both had killer promos. So it definitely is just like a little cheap with the whole like just like white background and like some stairs and a swing. I wanted to see a little bit more, but it looks like they've done a lot. They've had a lot of changes in Bachelor Nation recently, so I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Maybe they're cutting costs, especially with that dress. I don't want to go too hard on her because it just is the teaser. I am looking forward to her season. So like I mentioned earlier, we'll give it a 7 out of 10. We like to round up around here.
I agree. I feel slightly disappointed because I do feel like the promo sets the tone for the season and really like the expectations, like of what we can expect. And right now it's kind of giving fans low expectations. So I was hoping the promo would amp people up and create some excitement. Like, all right, let's go. Like, I'm pumped for Katie's season. According to some of the tweets, like it did do that for some people. Some people were like, now I have a reason to live again. I think that's the last tweet we read. So I'm going to agree with you. Like, I hope that we will experience some more teasers coming up here soon that are just a little bit more exciting. All right, you guys, you can follow Katie's season premiering on June 7th. That's everything we have to share with you for now, but we want to know what you guys think about this promo, okay? What are you guys expecting to see from Katie and Michelle's season? Let us know down in the comments. And before you go, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell because we will be keeping you updated on all of the Bachelorette news. I'm your host, Mariah Davis, and I was joined by the incredible Zachary Reality. You can follow us on our socials listed on the screen right now. We hope you guys have a fabulous week, and we will see you next time. Bye.